Good morning all, welcome to Morning Maths. Let's get going, let's get on with it. Year 3 and 4. We'll start with, actually I'm just going to cover this quickly. Use my mouse. Reorder. Bring to front. Okay, so let's get started from 1 to 10. Number 1, we're going to use 404 to make the largest number possible. Okay, we need to use all the largest digit values, the highest place values. So we've got 4, 4, and 0. So 4 is going to be the highest place value, which is the 100. 4 is going to be the second highest place value with the 10. And then you've got 0, which is the lowest value for the digits, which means that 440 is going to be the highest number that we can make. The next one is we've got 756 plus 238. And all we need to do is just add the columns up. 6 plus 8. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 6 plus 8 is 14. So we've got 4 there. We can't put the 10 in there. We have to put the 10 in the next place value. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and 7 plus 2 equals 9. So there you go. 756 plus 238 is 994. Let's quickly check. Yes. Okay, we've got 420, the larger number at the top, minus, which is subtraction, 117. Can we do 0 minus 7? Can we have 0 and take 7 away from nothing? No, we can't do that. So what we then need to do is we need to borrow from the next place value over here. That becomes 1, that becomes 10. 10 minus 7 equals 3. 1 minus 1, because it's not 2 anymore, it's now what, 10. 10 minus 10, or 1 minus 1, equals 0. And then we've got 4 minus 1 equals 3, which makes the answer 303. 5 times 8, okay? So we can write down our multiples either way. We can write them down in 5s or in 8s. So we can write them. Today I'm going to write 5 times 8 in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, I'm going to write them all down there. I was doing the song there for a bit. I'm going to say which multiple is which. That's the first multiple. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8th multiple, 5 times 8 is 40. 15 divided by 5. So we're going to have 5 sacks, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to share 15 into each of the sacks. I know that they'll go in all equally, but we need to make sure. So we're going to put 1 in each sack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There you go. I've put 15 and I've split them into all of the sacks. And as you can see, there are 3 in each sack. So the answer, 15 divided by 5, is 3. Okay, let's go back to a different color. Now we're on to number 6. We're going to use 6351 to make the smallest number. Again, so what we want to do is, if we're making the smallest number, we want the biggest numbers, the biggest individual digits, to be the smallest place value. So 6, 3, 5, and 1, which one's the biggest number? 6. So I'm going to put 6 in the lowest place value at the units. Tens, hundreds, thousands, because there's 4 digits. I'm going to put 5, which is the next biggest number, and the tens. I'm then going to put 3 in the hundreds, and then put 1 in the thousands. So that's the lowest number that you could possibly get, 1,356. Great. What color can I use? This one's just a simple addition between 2 numbers. Make sure they're lined up correctly. 2, 4, 7, 8. We're going to add them together. 9. 5 plus 7 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7,329. Went very fast with that one. Okay, And we've got 3920. Okay, let's pretend that's money. And it's been decreased. So you're going to have less money if you decreased your money by 2,898. So we're going to minus 2,895. Okay, 0 minus 5. We can't do 0 minus 5, so we need to borrow from this one over here to make that 10 minus 5. We borrow from that 10 to make this 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 9. Can we do 1 minus 9? No, we cannot. We cannot do 1 minus 9. So we have to borrow from this one over here. That 9 becomes 8, and this becomes 11. Or 110. 11 minus 9 is 2. 8 minus 8 is 0. And this is nice and simple right at the end. 1025. Just let me check. Yep, absolutely fine. And move on to the next question. 43 times 9. 43 times 9. So we're going to do it in two ways. I'm going to do it in two ways. So you can do the column method over here. You can do the grid method, which is literally write 9. Right, 40 in this column over here, and 3 in this column over here. I'm not a big fan of drawing the lines with this pen. So I'm not going to draw the lines with the pen. I'm just going to show you how I'll work it out. I'm going to do this method first. 9 times 4, 9, 18, 27, 36. But it's not 9 times 4, it's 9 times 40. So that means it is 9 times 4, but it's also 9 times 10. So we're going to do 9 times 4, which is 36. But then we're also going to do 9 times, then we're going to do the 36 times 10, which makes 360. And then just simply 9 times 3, 9, 18, 27. So 27. We take the two amounts there, 360 and 27, and we add them together, because that's the numbers that we've multiplied, and we get 387. Doing it in two ways is quite useful, because then we can actually really understand that we've got the right answer, or you can do the inverse. In one of the videos, I did the inverse for quite a lot of them. 3 times 9 is 27. 4 times 9, 9, 18, 27, 36. 36 plus 2 is 38. 387 got both times. I'm pretty comfortable that we've got that right. 789 divided by 3. So we use the bus stop method. We're going to put 789 in the bus stop. We're going to divide it by 3. And we're going to go into each of the numbers and we start at the highest place value. 3 goes into 7. 3, 6, 9. Oh, it's not 9. 3, 6. It's got to be 6. It's twice. But it doesn't go in perfectly, does it? It goes in twice to 6, not to 7. So there's 1 left over. 3, 6, 9. So this is now into 18. Not 8 remained 1. It's 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So it goes in 6 times. Nothing left over. It goes in absolutely perfectly. And then into 9, 3, 6, 9, 3 times. So 263 is therefore your answer. Now move on to more upper school-like questions. You drift this down. And then we've got a missing number question. I just need to quickly just reformat this, and then we can go. There you go. Perfect. All right, what equals 5,870? So I will do it how I like to do it. Put my hats and caps in. What's the highest place value? Is 1,000. Write down the numbers 5,000, but in a row, in a vertical row. I'll show you why in a second. Because look at this. I add those together. 0. I add that together. 7. I add that together. 8. I add that together. 5. 5, 8, 7, 0. Simple as pie. Adding two decimal numbers. I know where people will go wrong. It's this decimal point that won't be joined up in the right areas. You've got to have, when you're adding and subtracting, you've got to have the decimal point lined up. I'm even going to line it up in my answer area. And I'm going to put it in. It doesn't matter which one I put in. I've actually put the smaller number up top. That doesn't really matter. 32.5. What way can help us make this a little more clearer to see? Add in placeholders. Adding the zeros in those numbers does not change the value of the number. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And then we've got 0 plus 3 equals 3. So we've got 37.38 as our answer. This is the important bit. Lining up those decimal points. Okay, and then we've got the product. Product means multiplication. So we're going to multiply 759 by 32. Oh, wow. So we're going to multiply it by 2 digits. Okay, essentially what you're doing here with this method is you're not multiplying by 32 all at once. You're actually multiplying by 2 and by 30. Now, what do we know by 30? In year 5, we should be very comfortable that that is 3 times 10. So what can we do here to make it nice and easy? Why don't we multiply by 2, then multiply by 3, and then multiply by 10? Or we could be clever and say that whatever multiplied by 3 that is multiplied by 10 would just have one place value moved for each one. So, for example, let's do 759 times 2 first. That's the nice and simple one. 2 times 9 is 18. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 2 times 7 is 14. So that's fine. So that's done. That's done. The next column, we're doing it by 30. Now, if I multiply everything by 3, but then move everything up one place value, it would be by 30, wouldn't it? So why don't then I include a 0 there to show that it's been multiplied by 10 already? Because if I multiply a 0 there, all the other numbers will move up one place value. And there we go. Then we would have multiplied by 30. Now all I need to do is multiply by 3. 9, 18, 27. 5, 10, 15 plus 2 is 17. And then 7 times 3, 7, 14, 21 plus 1 is 22. You see, the answer to 759 times 3 is 2277. The answer to 759 times 30 is 22770. So as you can see, I've added the 0 there because I've multiplied the number by 10, even before I've done the question, which is really, really useful. You add the questions together. 24188. I've made a mistake. Where have I made a mistake? Let's have a look. So 4 plus 7 is 11. 24188, and then they've got 24288 over here. Let's just have a quick look so I can check my work. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1. What's happened there? Plus 1. Yeah, that's right. 18 plus 2 plus 5 is 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 1 equals 15. So there you go. I've made my error there. I'm sure you've noticed that as I was doing it. But as long as I've gone back to check, I'd be absolutely fine in getting the right answer. So I said, 2 times 7 is 14, but I didn't add the single number. Yeah, that's right. I didn't have the leftover amount. So I should have had a leftover amount there. And then I would have got 15. And then, yeah, I would have written 15. And then that 5 times 7 would be 24,288. Okay, fantastic. So that's the answer to 24,288. Okay, and then we've got 493.65 divided by 5. Now, I really hope that, it will go into that 5. But when you've got decimals, you can't have a remainder answer. So you just have to have a decimal answer. Just put your decimal in there and then do everything exactly as normal. 5 cannot go into 4, but it can go into 49. 5 goes into 49 9 times, and there's 4 left over, isn't there? Because 5 times 9 is 45. 5 goes into 43 8 times. 5 times 8 is 40, so there's a 3 left over there. 5 goes into 36. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, so 7 times with 1 left over. And then 5 goes into 15 3 times. 98.73. So as you can see, just putting the decimal place there straight away has helped me to do the question just absolutely as normal. Okay, good. Now moving on to the next ones. Very similar to how I did the previous question. So I put my hats and caps in. This number goes up to 1,000. 100,000. Okay. And then I put horizontally my numbers in. 1, 10,000. And all I need to do is add from there. That's really untidy. Don't like that. That's 1. That's 1. That's 0. That's 1. So 1011 is the answer for number 1. Here we're going to add a huge number. It is a 7-digit number with millions. That's great. So let's make sure that I write the number very carefully. 157. And then we're going to add a 6-digit number. So the 6-digit number is going to start here, the 100,000s. In year 6, you should be able to identify with place values straight away. If you're not sure, utilizing your hats and caps is really important. So there you go. I put the commas in there to help me. And all I need to now do is just add them. I shouldn't have a problem with adding these together. 7 plus 9 is 16. 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. 616 there. 6 plus 8 is 14. 9 plus 7 is 16 plus 1 is 17. 5 plus 8 is 13 plus 1 is 14. And then 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 2. So we've got 2,474,616. Okay, so let me just check if I got that. 2,474,616. Fantastic, got the right answer. And then move on to the next one. 200,000 minus 45,377. There's going to be a lot of borrowing in this question. So we take the 200,000. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. 6 digits, 200,000. 45,377. And then we do the calculation. I can't borrow all the way up to 100,000. So I've got to give 100,000 all the way down. But I can't go and give 100,000 to a unit. I've got to give it to the next place value down. So I give 100,000 to the 10,000s. The 10,000s become 9 because I'm going to give 10,000 to the thousands. That becomes 9,000 because I'm going to give 1,000 to the 100. That becomes 9 because I'm going to give 100 to the tens. And that becomes 9 because I need to give 10 to the units. Whew! And now I'm simply just subtracting. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. And 1 minus nothing is 1. So I've got 154623. 154623. Great. Okay, and then we have 989. Again, a long multiplication question. If you want a further description of how I calculated the first one in question 14, go back to listen to that one because I went in quite big detail how I split this 60 into 60 and 7. Because you're not just doing it all at once, you're actually splitting it up. You're doing 989 times 7 and 989 times 60. So I'm going to go through this quite quickly. Let's do 989 times 7 first. 9 times 7 is 63. 60 becomes there. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 6 is 62. It's quite a hard one, this. 7 times 9 again is 63. 63 plus 6 is 69. Okay, so now I've done 989 times 7. I need to do 989 times 60. I don't want to do times 60. I want to do times 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it by 10 straight away. By putting that 0 there, I've already multiplied by 10 because I've moved all of the other place values, all the other digits up one place value. 6 times 9 is 54. 6 times 8, 8, 16, 24, 48. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. 48 plus 5 is 53. And then we've got 6 times 9 again, which is 54. 54 plus 5 is 59. That was a really tough one, and that takes quite a lot of care to look into it. I need to check if I got that right, because it's very possible that I've made some errors going through this quite quickly. And now I need to add them together. 3, 6, 12, 15, 16, and then 1, which is 6. Now, I'm not going to be ashamed if I got this answer wrong. I think it would be important for you to do this maybe a couple of times to check if you got it wrong, especially if you got extra time in your test, because there are ways in which you can get this. So I got 66,263. The answer is correct, but I was kind of hoping I got it wrong, because then I could really try and pinpoint where I've got the question wrong, but I did get the question right. So well done me, I suppose. And then finally, we're going to divide a very large number by 4. I think this is actually pretty more simple than the one in year 5, because there's no decimal places. It's just a 6-digit number. 186,820. And we're just going to put the number into each of these digits. Remember, we're starting from the highest place value. 4 goes into 1. It doesn't go into 1, so that's now going to become 18. 4, 8, 12, 16, which is the fourth place value, which is the fourth multiple. Sorry. And then you got 2 left over. 4 goes into 26. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So that's the sixth multiple. However, 4 times 6 is 24. It's not 26, so we have 2 left over, don't we? 24, 25, 26, 25, 26. 4 goes into 28. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. That goes in actually perfectly. So that goes in 7 times. 4 times 7 is 28. There's nothing left over. Now this is where some of you could get stuck here. 4 into 2. 4 does not go into 2, but that does not mean you leave this place value left open. Because if I write my answer in here, the answer is not going to be the same. So 4 goes into 2. Ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 2? No times. 0. And then that becomes 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Goes 5 times. 4, 6, 7, 0, 5 is the right answer. Okay? Sorry I didn't put the numbers up. I keep forgetting to actually number them. So there you go. That's number 20. I hope you find that useful. I'm going to put the answers up for you to mark. Pause. Or I can just stay here and wait until you mark it. No, I think you should pause it. Well done. Hope you did well.